Hi, and welcome to Talk Straight Bible. This is Rafina Antonetti. And today I want to speak to you about uprooting the weeds. About a year ago, I was assigned a book to read through my business, and it was called The 12 Pillars. And when I got to chapter 3, it mentioned the third pillar, the gift of relationships. And the caption was, time, effort, and imagination must be summoned constantly to keep any relationship flourishing and grown. So now the storyteller uses the garden as an analogy, and how when he first started the garden, it was full of weeds. He wanted to make it beautiful, and he did. But he also pointed out that in order to make it beautiful, he had to uproot the weeds. He explained how uprooting weeds that were growing for a long period of time would take time, and that only persistence, patience, and perseverance will be needed to accomplish the task. Of course, he was pointing out to the other character in the story that relationships that we have with our loved ones are precious, and we need to tend them, care for them, plant healthy seeds in order to see a beautiful garden. So this brought to mind, of course, my own relationship with my husband, my children, family, my friends, those that are dearest to me. Aren't they not worth a little tending and caring for? It also came to mind when Jesus said in John 15, 1-5, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He loops off every branch that doesn't produce, and he prunes those branches that bear fruit for even larger crops. He has already tended you by pruning you back for greater strength and usefulness by means of the commands I gave you. Take care to live in me and let me live in you. For a branch can't produce fruit when severed from the vine, nor can you be fruitful apart from me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever lives in me and I in him shall produce a large crop of fruit. For apart from me, you can't do a thing. So before I came to Christ, I was a weed. I was choking everything around me and not giving anything room to grow. And I was full of deceit, jealousy, anger, frustration, hate, wrong motives, and ambition. And although I wanted to stop behaving this way and stop doing drugs and doing all these despicable things that were against God, I couldn't do it in my own strength. When God, my Father, got a hold of me, he started to prune away at these areas in my life. And he started to make me stronger and useful for his kingdom. Now I live in him and he lives in me. Every day since I've been saved or reconciled with God, I have to work at my garden, pulling out weeds that try to choke my life so that I can tend and care for my loved ones and help those around me that don't know him, to be a witness of the fruit that is now being produced in me, such as what it says in Ephesians 5:8-9. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are a light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. And also in Galatians 5:22, then it tells you what the fruit of the Spirit is. It's love, it's joy, it's peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such things there is no law. See, only Only persistence, patience, and perseverance can help pull out those weeds that are deep-rooted. That weed that has been there since childhood and just keeps everything and everyone from seeing the beauty that it can produce. In those cases, you have to take a shovel to chop at the ground around it, to loosen it up. And my friend, that shovel is the Word of God. Only the Word of God can chop away the hardness of our hearts and make it soft enough to be pulled out by our gardener. Don't we owe that to our family and friends, to see the beauty of the Lord in us as we allow Him to prune away at these areas in our lives? Because apart from Him, we can do nothing. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Until we meet again, Shalom.